Hey everybody, Mitch here to let you know how you can help support Pause Your Game. Head on over to pauseyourgame.com and click on our Amazon affiliate link. Every purchase you make through our affiliate link, a portion of each sales will go and help support this show. This allows us to make more episodes, more extra bits, more articles, and especially more giveaways. So head over now to pauseyourgame.com and help support the show.
It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum. And I'm all out of gum.
Ready? Here we go.
Let's do this.
All right, and welcome to another episode of Pause Your Game Podcast. Here we are again. It is, what are we? This is your job. Why aren't you doing this? Why am I
to watch you fall on your face as you tried to do it.
It was kind of funny.
Folks, this is the end of October. This is October
This is not my
25th,
job on this
2015.
My birthday's coming up, guys.
You know,
huh?
I know that Mitch's amateur hour here, failing the beginning of the
This
podcast.
is not my job
you know,
on this show.
As much as people give me shit about it, but here we are, one more Sunday together. All of us are here. We got full crew today. Brad decided to show.
I decided.
Yeah,
I
we
went and
decided.
had some tasty breakfast.
That's right. That's right.
We
What'd you have
lured
for
him back
breakfast?
with the offering
Breakfast is the
of,
most important meal of the
candy.
day. We
It
know
is.
that.
I went to a Big Boys and we had the buffet.
What is a big
There we
boys?
go.
And I had
Yeah.
like 4 plates of some fatty.
That's the way you do it on a buffet. You know,
What is a
you
big
don't go
boy?
light on that shit. You come
No,
back. And
you
again,
go back.
again.
You go back and
for
forth,
more.
and you always get bacon.
That's
Yes.
There you
right.
go.
I had 4 plates.
Load
and I
up
had
a
all
plate
them
of
had
bacon.
Pure
on it.
bacon or what?
That probably would have been a better idea. Just grab 2 plates, one with just bacon on it,
You
and
know,
then get the rest.
I just want the
I just
bacon.
want I just come for the bacon.
That's all you need. Now we got a bunch of news to talk about, and we're gonna dive right in here.
I have 6
We got-
tabs. What are you talking about? A bunch of news. Don't lie
Well,
to the
but-
listener.
All right.
You're a bastard. Don't lie to the listener.
Don't lie. All right, fine. We got
Yeah.
some news, and we're gonna talk about it. God damn it.
There you go.
So first up, we got a real life Pokemon gym that's coming to Japan. Your childhood dream has finally been made with the real.
Now, wait a
life
minute.
Pokemon
Really?
gym.
What the hell is that?
What are you?
Okay.
What the hell's what?
I didn't realize that Pokemon even had a gym aspect to it.
Okay,
I thought it
okay.
was just
Are you
animals
serious?
fighting in an
He's
arena or
no,
something.
no,
Oh my
no,
God.
forgive Fallon. He did not grow up.
I never jumped on the Pokemon
I'm like,
bandwagon.
I'm
All right.
like
So the
2
way-
fucking years younger than him or something, and I still know about it.
I think Fallon's the oldest out of the bunch.
I am by far.
Yeah.
By not
I lived
much.
centuries.
How old are you,
4.5
Beth?
centuries.
I'm gonna be 31 in 4
He's
days.
got
You
you
got
beat.
nothing
He's
back.
got you beat by a bit.
By several
Yeah,
years.
he's got you beat by a bit.
I thought he wasn't that much older than me.
On the same token, I'm the youngest, so you know.
I was gonna say I don't think he's much older than me. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so I'm the third. I'm the third youngest then.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I think
Or the second
you're the
oldest,
second-
if you prefer. Yeah.
I'm so confused now.
Whose age is what? Anyway, so if you didn't grow up
No, because I think it goes Fallon, me, Beth, and then you
Right.
for
So
what?
I'm the third oldest.
for A.
Yeah.
One of these
Fallon's the
days we'll
oldest.
have them like guess our ages or something. That'll be like
Well,
a
I've
We've
already
said
told
them on
people
past
my fucking
episodes.
age.
I could have sworn.
My
Long-time
birthday's in
listeners
4
will know
days,
this.
though. Hey. No, because
Oh, do you want
Yeah.
something? Do you
No, I
want
don't know,
something? Is that what
maybe.
that is, Beth?
shower me with games
Yeah, there we go.
and body jewelry.
So if you don't remember or don't know, like some of our older podcasters here.
Yeah.
just never interested me.
No, it's
okay?
fine.
You
I
get
don't-
little
I don't
imaginary
blame you.
animals fighting. Okay?
I don't blame
Big
you
deal,
on this one.
all
You got to
right?
grow
know?
up with it. I don't blame you on that one. You have to grow up with this. But so the way Pokemon worked was it was you'd run around, you collect Pokemon, you level them up like an RPG or whatever. But there was gyms which were like essentially boss fights for Pokemon that you would come across throughout your journey. So there's usually like 8 gyms, and then there's like the final gym, which is it always had some weird name behind it. That was like the top of the top. So gyms were boss battles basically
Nobody
in
makes me bleed my own blood.
in Pokemon. So so they're making a real life Pokemon gym now in Japan, where you can go over and you can bring your Pokemon and you can fight the gym members and eventually the gym leader.
Are you
Yeah.
sure about that? Because
I
what
don't
these
know.
pictures
Is
look
it?
like is it looks like it's fitness for kids.
Oh, is it? Am I in the wrong thing at all? I'm
Oh
gonna
my
be pissed
God,
if it's.
Mitch. Jesus God.
This
Damn.
is, the
Baby
photos look
challenge.
like
You're
there's
right.
a couple photos of
I'll
somebody
say-
punching something, and it looks like
That's amazing.
exercise.
It
Or is
does.
it- is it
I'm going to have to
Pikachu?
side with
Okay, it
Brad
says
on
the
this one.
purpose of the facility is to provide fans with advanced on Pokemon tips and a way for kids to enjoy and learn. So it's both.
It's a
Oh,
fitness
it's- yeah,
gym
it's
for
a fitness
kids.
gym
That's
for
what it
kids.
Literally
is.
a
Yeah.
gym. A gym.
Oh, I'm really disappointed. I wanted
well,
to
wait.
fight.
You heard it here live.
Why is that
guys.
not? They
Just
should
so
really
everybody
make
knows,
it so
that's
you
every
could go
day
there
that's
and like.
every day in Mitch's life he's disappointed because he doesn't actually read things, and he's a
He got
horrible
pictures.
individual.
He saw pictures and got
He
excited.
read the
I
title,
did.
and was just like this is news, and then didn't actually read it.
I know that's
It
terrible.
really is.
1A.
Well, that's why it's a bit. So we're just gonna throw that one under the rug and we're gonna move on.
We're
Wow.
gonna pretend that didn't happen.
That's
I understand people if
that
you
one.
stop listening to the podcast because we don't actually give you news. I understand.
Right.
We're gonna get into real hard-hitting news
That
now.
Mitch didn't read.
Right?
Real actual news that maybe he read.
Maybe.
Mitch totally read this one.
Yeah, he did. It's about Ubisoft.
All right. Yeah, because it's about
course.
Ubisoft. Vivendi, for the people who don't remember, this is the company that originally owned Blizzard. Vivendi raises its stakes in the Ubisoft to 10.4%. So, in case you don't know, Vivendi recently bought a bunch of stakes in Ubisoft, and by recently I mean like a little less than a week ago.
Do
And
you
is
mean
interesting.
Vivendi made a terrible mistake?
No.
Well,
See,
Vivendi
this
made a
is-
terrible mistake
this-
by selling Blizzard.
This is the thing right here. This is what Mitch is missing. It went up from 10.39 cents per share to since they bought it, it went up 10.40 cents a share.
No. That's not the takeaway here. I mean, yeah, it went up, but the big takeaway here was that Vivendi owns, what was it? They own
even know anymore.
like 4 or 5% the day before this news broke, right? Like they just bought it like a day before this news that I'm going over now. So October 21st, they bought a bunch of stake into Ubisoft, right?
Okay.
And then Ubisoft got scared. And then they're like, shit, we're not going to be bought out. And then Vivendi said, oh, yeah, or we're going to raise our stake to even more. And now we owe 10%.
Yeah.
So they own a sizable chunk.
They don't own enough to do anything though.
No, they don't. But that's still, I mean, that's that's $140 million that they own of Ubisoft stock. So, I mean, that's
Yeah,
nothing
but it's
to
just stock. But that's just public stock. That doesn't mean anything.
It gives them some voting. I mean, some strong voting rights. But the fact that they pretty much like doubled their bid within 2 days means that they're a little bit serious about this. I think they want to get back into the gaming monies.
Well, if you're talking about 10% stock, okay,
They could have
or
picked a better
thereabouts,
company.
all right, it's one of those things where, you're saying they could have picked a better company. There is that, but it's one of those things where that's about the size of their stock in Activision Blizzard at this point too. They used to own a hell of a lot more Activision Blizzard. That's why this name should be ringing the bells of at least some people out there. It's like Vivendi is all Europe, so I get it that you might not be familiar with these guys, but they're a French publisher that basically buys and sells stock in a number of different companies, obviously.
Yeah.
But this is the company that pretty much parented Activision Blizzard all the way up through 2013, 2014. Like, it wasn't that long ago that they had a majority stake in Activision Blizzard. And then one day, basically, Bobby Kotick or whoever decided to,
The devil
to come
himself.
through and say, that's right. They decide, to sneak by like all the shares that Vivendi had or whatever, at least a majority of them. They went from 63% ownership down to like 11,
Right,
and reduced their position as a majority holder, and therefore Activision Blizzard pretty much freed themselves from their parent company that way.
Freedom.
And, yes. So that's what
Only
ended
to be
up
ran by the
happening
devil
there.
later. I just want to throw that out there.
Right? So it's one of those things where sometimes, to fight one evil, you
Your
need
freedom
another.
will only cost your soul.
Right. So basically, what it is here is now Vivendi actually owns 11% share in both of those companies. they won't be getting Activision Blizzard back, it doesn't look like, but it does look like they're like, oh, well, hey, why not? Let's just go ahead and buy Ubisoft too if we can.
Right.
So that
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do much more than what they got.
Yeah.
I don't understand why Ubisoft's so scared. Their games are, they've already screwed up and lost quite a bit of the customer base. I mean,
yeah, I mean, if you look at it, Vivendi was the publisher or the backer of Blizzard all the way through what I call its golden years, what I call, its best years as far as
I think
game
that's all the way up
development company.
to what is it? A World of Warcraft: Wrath of the Lich King.
Yeah, so it's one of those
The
things where
golden age.
As far as I can tell, they were a good thing, for Blizzard's me. Who knows? Maybe they'll be like, okay,
well, they still didn't they didn't do anything to
Well,
Blizzard.
I think that's why they were good.
They didn't do anything.
right, yeah.
You know what I mean? All they did was back them, made sure they, had their
Exactly.
stuff.
When-
So I'm thinking maybe
know,
this won't be a
so-
bad. I mean, how much worse can it really get? It's like,
Yeah, but still, only 10%. Even if they own 10%, they're not gonna. I mean, they're gonna have some voting
right, but it
power,
ain't going to be anything controlling.
not enough to
right?
do
exactly.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
We'll see what
So-
happens because they went.
I don't know why Ubisoft's so scared.
I think it was because it was within 2 days they went like boom, 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 like stock. Like we own 6%. Boom, now we own 10%. They're like, holy
Right.
shit.
Like, oh God,
Yeah,
why?
because there's
Yeah.
something on Wednesday they were saying about the unwelcome Vendy
Yeah.
share purchase. It's just like there's nothing they could
Well,
have
no,
done
there's
about it.
not right
If
now.
you have stock out there and people want
That's
to
it.
buy it,
Right, if you got a problem
can't-
with it, then you
that's
gotta
it.
take
Yeah.
it back. You gotta take it back.
Right.
Then that way you
Yeah.
maintain a majority share of your own stock. But I mean, if you leave it out there, that's
well,
your
they
call.
Ubisoft has more than
So,
enough. They're fine.
We'll see what happens with them. But yeah, that was what the scare
Right,
was.
you
Vendi's
think
like, oh, we'll take a nice chunk, and then like.
Although why Ubisoft is worried again, like I said,
Because they know
got plenty of freaking
that
issues.
they're
you
in
know,
the
and
shit
it's just
right
like-
now, and that's why.
Like you did it to yourself, guys.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
You
stop
fucked
making
around, you-
shit
it's-
sandwiches and maybe
That's
this won't
right,
happen.
exactly. Like pay attention, all of those who would run a mega company. It's like you screw around and eventually it's gonna bite you in the ass.
Yeah.
So
Someone's
it's,
gonna come along and say we can buy you for cheap.
That's right.
And we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
So we'll
well, yeah, that's because there's people jumping ship and selling this shit.
right.
Well, Assassin's Creed Unity. I'm sure that was a a fun day for Ubisoft employees.
Oh yeah.
So
Time to shit
yeah,
yourself.
we'll see what happens.
Right. We'll keep
Yeah.
an eye on this one.
Keep an eye. All right. So next up,
Watch Dogs 2.
yeah,
The Electric
Electric
Boogaloo.
Boogaloo.
Yeah.
I never finished Watch Dogs.
Watch
I barely
Doges.
started it. If it was called Watch Doge,
Watch
I'd probably play a
Doges.
lot
Watch
more of it.
Doges. Yeah.
There's probably some 8-bit game somewhere where they replaced his head with a Doge.
Yeah,
I'd
I'd
play
play it.
There's got to be a mod somewhere for that. Somebody
Or
make that
just
mod.
like a Doge meme with like the trench coat.
Yeah.
There you
God.
go. All right, next up.
Yeah, I think there is one of those. Like somebody took the title, the cover, and put Doge face.
I'm doing it right now. Watch
Yeah,
Doge.
yeah. Go. Watch Doge.
Let's take a quick
Outstanding.
look here, and we'll see if it didn't pull up as anything immediately. Oh, there it is. Got
There
it.
it is. Yeah.
Got it. It's saved. That'll be the picture we use. All right, moving on.
Ding.
Ding. Go team.
Vacation time,
Yeah,
bitches.
right.
Vacation. That's a very long vacation.
I'm all right with that. Take a vacation. He's made some great games.
So next.
Have we actually announced?
No,
the headline
no, we
yet?
No, we
not.
didn't. Not at all. We're already talking about Konami doesn't know what the hell Hideo Kojima is doing. So we heard report from.
Is that surprising to anyone
no.
here?
This is-
You're so
No.
shady. I don't.
Not
I
a
don't
single
even know.
eyelash should
It's
be
been
batted.
Isn't this now? Correct me if I'm wrong. I may be wrong here. Isn't this the company that installed like camera software and everything
Yeah.
else in their offices?
This is
or
this
any of
is this is the company that has their own like internal investigations.
right? Yeah, and they don't know what Hideo Kojima is doing.
Well,
They
like-
say he's still on the payroll or whatever, and it's
So
like,
this-
no, I'm pretty fucking sure he's not.
so what
Like,
happened?
not only
was,
do you have higher internal surveillance than any other company that I'm aware of, but you also don't know where one of your biggest people is or what he's doing.
Well, or something. I don't know. So anyway, the whole thing was that the New Yorker published a story saying that Hideo Kojima has parted ways with Konami earlier in October, and then what ended up happening was that Konami goes, "No, he didn't leave. He's just on vacation." But then,
right, because they got such a raft of shit.
But
for,
then,
like,
then
you know,
they have. But then this is what gets even crazy. Then there's a picture on Twitter of his farewell party.
Well, now hold on. Now to be fair, a game did come out.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Who's to say that this isn't for the release of Metal Gear Solid?
It's
A photo is worth 1,000 words, and somebody just could have misrepresented what this photo
I'm
was.
I'm still going to say fuck Konami, because fuck Konami.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Konami.
I don't want to lose the message here.
The message here is fuck Konami.
No, I agree, but what I'm saying is that this person has this photo and says this is of his farewell party, but this also could be the same photo of, yay, Metal Gear Solid's out. We're done. It's out.
That's true.
You don't think game releases don't
I love
have their
this
own
here.
little
Right, I'm sure that
inner office
at
little
least
party?
in some companies.
Can
Other
I-
companies, it's like keep working.
Can I give you?
You figure that
EA.
might be Konami
That's
because
EA.
they're a bunch of freaking douche canoes.
Right.
Well,
No
no, they
party for
released their
you.
flagship game, the only game they're fucking
Be
making
like,
anymore.
make another, Metal Gear.
Right. Keep working. We got another thing.
No, he was like, fuck that, I'm going on vacation.
Okay, so this is what
I could
so
swear up
someone
and down
put-
they fired him. I don't know. That's what I heard.
Konami replied to the picture, and they were asking about. They were asking because someone said like, well, what about the party that they posted? Konami's response was, we're not sure what kind of thing this was.
They don't even know what's going
can
on.
I-
in their own
can I
office.
just express-
I know. Like one of these things is not
Wow.
like the
Yeah,
other. I'm
like-
like, this is a company who has made
This company is terrifying
as
me.
notorious for their like internal investigations and everything. And it's like farewell party. Yeah. We don't.
We didn't authorize that.
Yeah, we don't have any idea.
Internal
what
investigations
that?
was not
Did
made
that
aware of this
happen?
party.
Was that actually a real thing?
Like,
It's
how
just-
dare them? No. It's going to be like, oh, okay, well, we're going to have to investigate this and fire
Right,
everyone
right.
involved in this because they weren't working.
Right.
Like, how dare you have fun?
I'm sorry, that cake does not meet our standards of a farewell party.
Yeah.
Permission denied.
It's laughable. I just I have no faith in this company anymore. I mean, I don't know that I ever did, but it's one of those things where it's like they are just
There was a time. Let me unearth the archives here. But there was a time when Konami was known for quality titles like Castlevania,
those were the
Metal
days.
Gear Solid, that whole series. What else did Konami put out? Because there's a lot of great games that you're like.
Silent
I think it's a
Hill.
credit. I think
Silent
it's a credit
Hill.
to
Silent
how
Hill was really
screwed
good.
up. Yeah, how screwed up a company can be and still release half decent products. So when somebody like Ubisoft can't get it together, you have to wonder, like, okay, if Konami can't even find their own head with two hands and whatever. But I mean, it's one of those things where it's like they can still put out half decent games,
Yeah.
right? How bad must you be?
How the mighty have fallen,
Right.
They are really just kind of...
Yeah, I'm amazed that they're still able to at least better the quality, that put out better quality games than Ubisoft, right?
Isn't that depressing?
That
what?
That makes me wonder, like, what the hell is going on at Ubisoft? Like, wait, is that what we do? We make games here? I
What's
didn't
a game?
know.
I don't know.
That's what that internal investigations team is. That's them hard at work. That's the product of their
Right.
whippings.
Right.
Their whippings. So yeah, there you go. I mean, they made quality titles at one point. At one point, they were great. Castlevania, Silent Hill, Metal Gear Solid. They made a few other titles. I'm sure you've heard, like DDR, and then Zone of Enders. That's another big. I mean, there's more, but those are. I mean, all those games I listed are like those were smash hits when they came around. And then here we are now, and who the fuck knows what's going on with this company?
Wow.
It's maddening. It's maddening. All right, let's move on.
Yes.
So speaking of companies, let's turn our
evilness.
view over to Microsoft.
The American
EDI.
behemoth.
To the American behemoth, and if I don't have like an
behemoth.
an elephant noise or something to go with that, but maybe next time I'll get one. So they have Microsoft is no longer reporting on console sales, which is crazy.
Yeah, I'm just.
I hear Brad laughing.
He
in the
should be,
background.
because it's a fucking. I mean, it's a, you know why they're doing it. Like, it's pretty fucking obvious why they're doing this. It's not like well, it didn't make sense to track that. It's like, no, we're just going to not shine a light on that. We're going to keep that dark and in the corner and under the rug over there. We're going to talk about how much better our things that are working is going. So we're going to, so instead.
Smell? What smell?
Like,
As you
it's gonna be in
quietly
the
hide.
corner and think about what it's done.
As you quietly hide the Febreze behind your back.
Right,
Like,
exactly, right.
So-
I don't smell anything.
yeah, what do you smell?
Just
So
look
they're
at
gonna-
the person and be like, he who smelt it, dealt it.
That's right.
Right.
So instead, we're gonna look at they're gonna look at Xbox Live engagement metrics instead of
Engagement metrics.
Yeah.
I like that. That is totally
They're
corporate
engaged.
speak.
Oh,
That
that's
was
yeah.
fast.
Engagement metrics.
Yeah. So it's basically looking at what you do. I mean, if you either buy Xbox Live or you buy something on Xbox Live, or I don't all that is encompassed with Xbox Live. That's what they're going to be reporting on. And it's pretty fucking obvious why they're doing this. It's because I would argue that even though there is less Xboxes out there than PS4s, I would say that there's a lot more people who take advantage of Xbox Live than there are people who take advantage of PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
And that's why they're going to be like rubbing that. They're like, oh, but we have less consoles, but we have more people who do stuff on our store. Look at us.
Right. Yeah. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. I mean, basically, as far as like comments and everything else, it looks like that there may be something to that. Of like, I have to mention this because I'm again against materiality. It's one of those things like I'm the anti-materiality person here, where it's like, okay, you don't need a box. If you can stream this or you can play it over somehow without the box, then let's do it. That would therefore not make sense to track the figures of selling boxes if you're like, we're moving on from boxes. Now, of course, somebody like Mitch, who's always stuck in the past, would be like, well, boxes fucking matter. They've always mattered, and they'll continue to matter. And it's like, maybe they won't. Maybe Microsoft actually isn't trying to hide anything here. It's just basically saying, no, you're right. We are selling less boxes because we frankly are trying to phase that out. We're not doing this box thing anymore. We're not doing the console thing anymore. And Mitch is like, what do you mean you can't do? You have to have physical copies of games, and physical copies of consoles, and everything else.
I don't like how this is turning.
Legitimacy, Fallon. Okay, it's like, this makes you legitimate. It's just like, yeah, okay, Mitch. All right. I need something to hold in my hands.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I mean, with everybody coming out with a box, eventually someone's gonna have to say, "Fuck it, we're out of here."
Yeah.
We're going
And-
boxless.
Yeah,
That's right.
we got even Steam's coming out with a box. I mean, come on.
Yep.
That's true. That's true. And the question is that actually a good move on Steam's part, or is it not? I haven't heard too much about it.
I think they'll get some more sales initially.
Yeah, so we'll see.
But,
I mean, it's one of those things where maybe Microsoft is thinking in the future here. I realize what I'm saying here about Microsoft.
That's a loaded
that's
statement.
a stretch, but maybe I'm putting a big old heavy maybe there. Maybe that's what they're doing here, and maybe it'll pay off. Who knows?
Just maybe,
Maybe.
baby.
You can only play Halo 27 so many times.
Look, I'll be playing.
Mitch is all
Halo
hyped
that's
up
coming
for Halo.
Yeah,
so
I'm
I
gonna
don't
fall
know,
off
you
the
know?
face of the earth Tuesday.
He is about ready to just die of pleasure, for the new Halo coming out.
I'm
he's
excited.
all
Why? It's
set.
just another story, and you got to destroy another ring.
I don't care. It's fun. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Plus, I mean, really, what I'm most excited for is Warzone. That's why I'm excited. I look forward.
Brad,
to
I'm
Warzone.
with you. I don't get the whole Halo hysteria.
I
You
don't
don't get
think
any of the
fucking
boxes, all right? So you're not even on the radar.
I mean, Mitch has seen how bad I play Halo, so
Beth likes to talk herself down out of her Halo skills because
do.
she's like, I'm like, Beth, we'll play the original Halo on Legendary, and she's like,
no,
no, I'm gonna
no.
die.
Yeah.
And then no, you didn't die. We made it through a good portion of the damn game.
Yeah, in fact, you did a better performance than Mitch put in. I mean, it's one of those things. But that's Beth. She's very modest.
That's not very
She's
hard.
very
though.
modest. That's true.
Yeah.
I'm not saying much. But
I
you
know,
know,
I thought he
she's
was
very
saving my
modest
ass.
about her abilities.
I
would
did
say that
save
Beth
her
is
ass.
probably
You
the
don't know
most
what he's
modest
talking
of
about.
All of us. I mean, Beth would be the first to say, "No, I'm not really that good," and then kick your ass.
I have a
So-
video of Beth panting in a
fucking
corner.
wish.
Damn it! I'll have to put that up on the Twitter. That's all good old.
Unless you know, you put me in a horror game, and then I'm just like, "Blah."
Yeah, and then you're cowering in a corner.
Well, she was cowering in a corner in one of the Halo maps. She got caught in one and she died.
It was bad.
No.
Well,
Everybody has their moments.
I'll put that up there. I'll have to put that on the on Twitter. That'll be a good one.
Are you gonna find the picture or video?
No, I'm not gonna do it right now, but I'll get it. So yeah. So let's move on. Do you like to learn about the lore from your favorite games but don't have the time to read? Well, head over to audibletrial.com/pauseyourgame for a 30-day trial and a free audiobook. You can listen to all the books from your favorite series, such as Warcraft, Halo, Dragon Age, and more, all while doing other things in your life, such as driving, cooking, shopping, or simply being at work. Once again, that's audibletrial.com/pauseyourgame. Why not catch up on your favorite game's backstory right now? We got bites. It's time for bites.
Moving right along.
Moving right along. We're going to dive right into the bites. The only sound effect I've used so far this episode. Look at me.
Yeah, I'm a
I'll
little
say,
disappointed, to be honest.
I'm a little bit deprived.
Oh. All right. Well, you know what it is? I need new ones. I feel like the old ones are
Are you
old.
already worn out from these?
Yeah, I'm
ones?
tired of them.
That's Mitch. Yeah.
So quit being a bum and get some new
Well, I
ones.
need some
right.
ideas. But so
But-
we're going to talk about YouTube's new paid subscription service. Now, let me go over what it's
heard
going to
that.
do, and then we can all yell angrily, because I have the feeling that's all where we're at with this. I might be
Perhaps.
wrong, but I'm going to guess.
I'm not as angry as everybody else. I'm not feeling very many waves of anger here.
All right, maybe
We'll fix that. We'll fix that.
it,
Hold
yeah.
on.
Okay, so first up, it's called YouTube Red. All right, the idea.
Red
porn
tube.
Yeah, that-
That's the
okay,
new
first
porn
off-
arm
Tube.
of,
I don't
yeah,
understand what's
YouTube?
happening.
There is
here.
going to be some confusion there, I assure you.
Guarantee.
There are some senior citizens that are going to end up with what they did not intend for. So it's going to be a $9.99 subscription,
$9.99.
unless you're on Dirty Apple products, in which case it'll be $12.99.
Good for them. Good for them. Stick it to the freaking Apple people. And leave it to Apple to sell that. You know, they'll turn around and go, yes,
Yeah.
but it's the Apple version
yeah.
of this, and that's why it
You
costs
dirty-
Yeah, yeah. Watch. That's the only revenue they get is from
That's
that.
right. You know, they'll be like, the reason it costs you $3 more is because it's a better actual service. We're not
better-
going to go into the specifics about why it's better, but first off, it has Apple in it, so you know it's better. You know, it's like, you know, it has our name attached, so you know it's a better thing.
That's right.
You know, and you're used to paying more for a product that everybody else gets for free.
That's
or
right.
for less. So you know, yeah.
Go and spend
That's
your
just
money.
the model we've been working off of with that.
I know, that's not even like dissing Apple. That's totally just what they do. I mean, that's
That's
just
totally just what they do.
Yeah.
They're just like,
Here,
we're
let
gonna
me
charge you a
sell
little bit
this
more.
product for like super amount of money, even though Android's had this for.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're gonna call it something new and something you've
Yeah.
never heard of
Yeah,
before.
it's called the iDouche.
It's called 3D touch. You mean
3D
pressure sensitive
touch.
touching? They're like, no, 3D
Yeah.
touch.
Yes, that's right.
Go back into this
That's
fucking
right.
3D
And
touch
this is
argument.
so fucking frustrating. I'm trying to find my email because I got an email from YouTube about
Telling you to
this.
sign up for Red.
No, it's telling me that I have a copyright issue with one of my videos,
Oh,
and they
with
brought
Red?
up YouTube Red.
Yep, and that's why
Yep.
you know it's one of those things where
And
it's
all
like,
it
you know,
is, all the video is me trying to do a Sons of Hodir daily on World of Warcraft, and I put
How
a
old
song.
is that video?
It is old as shit. It's old as dicks. And let me see if I can find it. It's just, I'm
What
assuming
was-
it's because of the song I put to it, but nobody's heard this fucking song. It's a freaking J-pop song.
Well, they are just,
they're just
going.
like,
I mean,
you
this is
know-
what happens when you have an algorithm checking for copyright. You know, it's going to pick up everything.
You've
so-
angered
So-
the
Where-
J-pop people. The Japanese
Yeah.
are
Wow.
too pleased.
I had this email. Did I? Okay, here we go.
You
It's
deleted it.
information regarding pre-existent content ID claims. And they do tell us that before we get to the details, please be assured that this change does not affect your account standing on YouTube, nor does it put your channel at risk of termination. In other words, this is not a copyright strike. Here's why this is happening. You may have heard that we recently announced YouTube Red, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just
read the blah, blah, blah.
Joking? You want me to read this? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
read it.
Yeah, read
A
it.
new membership that offers fans more choice in how they watch their favorite videos with features like ad-free, background, and offline viewing for a monthly fee. In order,
That's ballsy.
I know.
Yeah.
In order to deliver a great experience for fans who choose to pay for this offering, we are updating our contracts
this
with
is
all of our
modern
content partners.
modern extortion.
That's like somebody opening, it's like somebody coming to your door and then
this is the mob.
slapping you, yelling at you for something you did, slapping you so hard that you fall to the ground, and then they're like, give us your money and we'll leave you alone.
No. This is the mob.
more.
This is the mob coming across. This is the mob coming across and saying, it'd be a damn shame that video got taken down.
You're right. Yeah. But if you pay us,
more.
it'll be okay.
Like, this is a huge...
Yeah. Now, if you pay us
There might not
$10
be
a month,
problem.
I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. We can protect you.
The new terms make it possible for us to share subscription revenues with creators, providing an additional revenue stream for them beyond ad-supported YouTube revenue.
I love it. I do. I love it. I love it. I
over-
love the way that they're doing
The
this.
overwhelming majority of videos on YouTube are accounted for in our agreements, but there are some partners who have asked for more time to think about their options. While we work with these partners to update their terms, we unfortunately can't make their claim videos available in the U.S. So my Sons of Hodir Daily little blurb is not available to be shown in North America.
Because it has a J-pop song.
Yes.
Wow. They probably don't
And
even
until
sell the
Beth
J-pop song
decides
over
to-
here.
Until Beth.
But if you had a red account,
Yep.
Yeah.
you'd be fine.
you'd be fine.
But it says here, it says the videos listed below are being affected by this. Sons of Hodir Daily, Spear equals ouch. It's our goal to make as much great content as possible available to as many people as possible. So we're actively
we want to make
working
great
with
content
copyright
available
owners.
to many people. Okay, so just subscribe,
That's
right.
and everything will go away.
Yeah.
They're actively working with copyright owners to restore these videos in the U.S. For both ad-supported viewers and members of Red.
Yeah.
I love it.
YouTube Red.
I love it. They
is-
slap you, and then they're like, "But if you buy this service, it will all be okay."
Well, they did notice
know?
that they're trying to bring it back for ad-supported also. But
No.
That
That's
whole
the
frickin-
extortionist mob. That's the
Right.
line.
But,
You
yeah,
give
the
them.
whole,
You're
the
like,
whole blurb.
that's where you give them the it'd be a damn shame if that video came down, but if you gave it $10 a month, that might go and help.
And then they're like,
Might go
well,
and
you
help
could
and make that not an
remove
issue. Now I know that I know that $10 a month might seem like a lot, but we need that $10
We need
to
that
do our
$10.
job.
No,
That's
I think
right.
it's better because they're like, use this new service from YouTube to remove the sound.
But it's not friendly.
And I'm like, are you fucking joking?
No, it's extortionist.
yeah.
And I'm so glad that the internet is already on top of it because I've already found a YouTube Red logo with the Godfather, like black and white, and it's beautiful. It's exactly what it is. Because that is what it is. It is like the most extortionist sounding thing you could possibly send. So, I mean, what it offers outside of, twisting your arm so you just dive into it without even caring, it offers... You can download videos for later viewing. You can all the musics I think is opened up to you. You won't run into what Beth's running into. And then
I'm surprised that's the only fucking video they've given me shit for.
Yeah, they
And
got
it's like 5 minutes
Don't
long.
worry. Don't worry, Beth. They're listening.
Yeah.
No
Don't
shit.
get around to that.
Fuck.
And then and then the last thing is they're gonna make some original content, and I don't care. I just it's so stupid. It's not gonna work. I talked about this with Fallon, and Fallon's like, "You're gonna have to fucking say this on the show."
Right. Yeah. You have to say this either in an article or on the show.
So,
because here's my problem with
Is
it.
it?
This is how we got on the discussion. And Brad, I know you probably have something to say about this too. But it's one of those things where it's like I said, why is it? I was like, I think it's an irrational human reaction. It's like, okay, I had something for free, and now I have to pay for it, as though things never change, right? It's one of those things where, like, yeah, you know what? Things are going to change sometimes, and it's one of those things where something you paid for free or didn't have to pay for initially is going to have to be paid for at some
Why
point.
does everyone have
for
to
some,
turn to
for
this?
some number of reasons or whatever, that's just going to happen. Just like, for example, other changes happen that you don't mind or even that you support. You know, but as long as a change happens that you like, oh, well, nobody cares. It's only the changes that happen that, you know, it's like, oh, well, I didn't agree with that or whatever, that suddenly everybody's like up in the arms. I'm like, you know, so on one hand, I get that it's like, oh, well, I had it for free and now I have to pay, and why? And it's like, well, okay, there's a lot of different things going in here. So to give anybody else the benefit of the doubt, I would say, yes, I get that, you know, it's one of those things where you're kind of being unrealistic to expect it's never going to change, it's always going to be free and all that stuff. But that being said, that doesn't mean that every reason to make it paid for or whatever is justified and just like cleared and everything else. I'm not going to like give everybody a pass that way, but it's one of those things where I also feel like this reaction, for example, I've seen a lot of reactions from people who are like, oh, you used to allow comments and now you don't. What the fuck is your problem? And it's like, you know, we changed our minds about that. We didn't want any more comments, you know, and that sort of thing. And they're like, well, but you had them before. It's like, well, yeah, but you know what? Things change. We decided to change our mind. Right now, we changed our podcast format. We decided not to have an intro anymore. You know, and it's one of those things where things just change. They just do. Sometimes it costs money. Sometimes it doesn't. But it's one of those things where to not expect it to change, to expect it to just stay the same all the time is a little bit irrational. It's a little bit unrealistic. So, yeah.
No, I agree. I think
You want me
that
to go into my spiel?
no, we don't want you to.
No? All right.
No. We're good. We're happy.
You're always
without it.
spieling. I don't know.
Yeah, you're always spieling. When do you ever stop?
That's a great question. I don't know when I
I don't think this is that
spiel
going to be that
break.
big of a deal. I think everybody's jumping on the bandwagon of this whole pay for thing. You've got Netflix that raised their cost not that long ago. You've got HBO Go now or is it now or Go?
Now it's now.
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 You got HBO Now. You've got Apple's got its own TV thing, and they're, you know, next year going to be coming out with something that's supposed to be, you know, you pay them and they let you watch shit. You know, eventually everything that's free just turns to shit. If you look down the line of games that are now free to play that weren't when they came out, look at them now. Big example, Star Wars. When you had to pay $15 a month, the game was alright, it wasn't too bad. It went free to play, and what? You lost all your bag space,
Right.
or you lost all your sidebars, you lost all your bag space, you only use so many characters, and they're like, well, you know, if you want that, you're gonna have to pay for it.
Right.
Yep.
You know, it's one of those things where it's not so much that people don't like change.
Well, people
But
don't
when
like
you
change.
Change.
Well, they don't. Well, but when you change for the worst, like if YouTube would have started out with, okay, hey, here's this free shit, but you're gonna have to see some commercials. But if you don't, here's this $9.99.
We would have all
almost
been okay. I'm going to tell you right now, people would have been fine with it.
People wouldn't have said a fucking word
Nope.
about it. But now it's always been free. It's always been available. You know, they're throwing in some of their own stuff. They've got this PewDiePie shit and 360 Project and
Don't
Fight of
mention
the
that
Living
P
Dead.
name to me ever again. Ever.
Who, PewDiePie?
Stop. No.
PewDiePie.
No. No, make it stop.
PewDiePie.
I always think of
Anyways.
of Ike from South Park saying
That's right.
I always think of Ike in South Park, and then I always think of the South Park episode where he showed up
Yeah.
on.
That's yeah.
Anyway,
So, but I mean, had they started this way, now my question is that like PewDiePie, he already has people that subscribe to him, and I do believe he has a paid for channel. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Where a lot of this is what's going to happen is, you know, you look at Twitch, just pull up
I got
Twitch,
Turbo.
and you look at just off the top of my head, who did I see in my Facebook feed earlier? Duck Sauce. I don't know. His
I don't
name
know
off
who
the top
Duck
of my head,
Sauce is
but
anyway.
he's a streamer on Twitch. He plays games. He does like early mornings. He's got like some 4-hour block every morning that he's on Twitch live. And people can chat with him. He'll play some games. He'll screw around. He'll talk about like shit in the news. Just total bullshit. People pay him money throughout the show, and then people subscribe. If you subscribe, and I actually watched him one day when I was home and I didn't have to work. And I think out of the 4 hours, I watched maybe about 2.5, and I seen 3 commercials. Now these commercials were brought upon by him. They weren't like a car
Right.
commercial or something else. It was just a break in the programming, and whatever they talked about for that 30 seconds, you
Right.
didn't see.
Mhm.
That was it. Or you could pay him, I think it was like $4 a month or something, and you didn't have to worry about that shit. And you got little emojis for your
Well,
Twitch, for that he could
Right.
use, and you know what I mean? And you got a discount if you were a member and you bought
Mhm.
one of his shirts. So I think you got like a couple bucks off his shirts or free
Right.
shipping or some shit. Okay. But, I mean, so YouTube's going to do their own content. Oh, okay, that's great. So what? Anybody going to watch it?
I'm not gonna
Probably not.
subscribe to it.
No.
I just don't. I don't.
I mean,
I don't feel like YouTube would give me enough for my $10. I mean, I look at Netflix and I'm like, shit, I get all this for $10. Actually, I'm not even on $10.
I mean, for right now, as of right now, they got PewDiePie, Sing It, Laser Team, PewDiePie,
PewDiePie.
A Trip to Unicorn Island, Untitled Joe something project, 360 project from Matt Pat.
I would just like to say, go fucking figure, PewDiePie.
Single by 30, Untitled
College Humor Project.
Fight of the Living.
Ah,
Yeah, it'll be the cast. It's be written and starring by the cast of College Humor.
had no idea.
Fight of the Living Dead, and I Am Something.
I don't care about anybody of that. Because, first off, that's it. I mean,
Um,
I go subscribe to Netflix, I get so much more. I mean, because that's how I'm thinking of it, right? That's my comparison.
Well, I mean, they're also giving you offline access. They're giving
I
you
don't give
no
a shit about.
commercials.
See, okay, so this was the
Um,
thing I was talking about with Fallon was when you add like an additional service layer like that, you know, okay, so you went from free and then you add a paid option. It's really hard for people to swallow that idea. But on top of it is that because you've given away part of it as free, there's no reason. See, like, okay, I've watched YouTube for how fucking long? Like, how long's YouTube been around? Years, right? I have come to the realization that for me to watch a video on YouTube, I need to have internet access, right? And I, as you know, person who watches YouTube, have adjusted, you know, my watching of YouTube to fit that restriction. So when you go and say I can do it offline, I really don't give a shit because I don't see the benefit in that because my way of watching YouTube has already worked its way around the idea of I can't do that. So it's not a benefit to me because it's not apparent how I might change how I watch YouTube until I have that option available to me.
Right, unless you're a really heavy watcher and you're like, I need to watch this right now, and I'm not in an area where I have internet access, and I need to watch this offline. And it's like, oh, okay, you know that. I mean, it's one of those things. For example, like, you know, that was a good feature. That was a feature I enjoyed when, you know, Google Docs, for example, is like, oh, you can work offline, and then we'll just sync it up whenever you get back online. That's fine because sometimes Wi-Fi or whatever's up, and I use Google Docs quite a lot. But it's one of those things where it's like, I don't watch YouTube that much. I'm not watching YouTube all day long. You know, it's just one of those things where it's like,
well,
you know,
I mean, if you're with esports taking off, I think this has a little bit
Yeah,
to do with
might.
it. The simple fact that
yeah, that might be it.
But the
I
thing
mean,
is,
you
is
know,
that-
if you want to watch it without commercials, because if I've learned anything from a service like this, if this is anything like any other paid service, it reminds me of the MLB app. Now, if you can pay $2.99 a month, or you can pay $20 for the whole year. You can listen to any game you want. Awesome, that's great. I can listen to the Tigers while I'm at work. That's fine. The problem I started running into is about halfway through the season, they started throwing these other commercials in. So the commercial would start where it normally would, because essentially all they were doing was broadcasting a radio.
Yeah.
So you'd hear the radio commercials, which they've already paid for to be aired during the game. You know what I mean? Now you would get like that commercial would start, and then not ESPN, but the Major League Baseball would throw in their own commercials, so you wouldn't hear the original commercials. So they would start late and then end late, so you would miss something. Or when baseball, you have a lot of things, like when they would do a pitching change, sometimes they would just throw a commercial in there because they thought it was a commercial, when it wasn't a commercial break.
Derp-a-derp.
Like it was almost like they were watching it on TV.
And someone with a button was
and
like
then,
commercial.
Oh well, TV went to a commercial.
Exactly, yeah.
So will we. So they would start late, come back late. You know, the audio would get fucked up. I'd have to stop the app and restart it again because the commercial would drag on. But they flipped the channel back to baseball. So
Yeah, it was a mess.
you know, my question is that I fear that this service, being that it was free to begin with, and there's a lot of free content on YouTube, is that we're going to see more commercials because they're not making enough
It could be.
in their paid service that they go, well, shit, we got to make up this money
Right.
that we said we were going to
Right.
give these guys, because like the whole thing is their listed stuff. All this stuff's going to be
I mean, I
commercial
already
free.
think though. I mean, sometimes YouTube is already pretty bad with the commercials. I mean, in terms of the amount of content that you get for the length of commercials. Sometimes, I mean, I've there's been videos that are like 3 minutes long, and it's a 30-second commercial. Right? I'm like, that is a long fucking commercial for maybe something that's less than a few minutes.
The only thing that YouTube has gotten right over Hulu or anybody else is it's not in the middle, or you know what I mean. It's not 2 or 3 commercials throughout the video.
Right.
It's up front. Hey, you got to watch this video, and most of the times you can watch
You
a
can
few
skip
seconds
it.
of it and skip it.
Yeah.
So it's not the end of the world.
But I mean,
on
if you're
that.
if you're on your console and you have like a playlist of, you know, music you're listening to, and then a freaking ad comes on at the beginning of one, it really just kind of kills the
How-
mood sometimes.
How is that any different than listening to Spotify?
I pay
or
for Spotify.
Pandora?
Well, you can
Well,
pay for YouTube.
You're paying $10. You're
I'm not
paying
paying
$10 a
YouTube.
month for that.
Yeah, it's better than YouTube.
So you want, yeah.
But yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. Essentially, what you're doing, someone else could be doing now with YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, I guess good for
What
them.
you do with Spotify for music, somebody else could do for YouTube.
I refuse to believe.
I refuse
I
to
refuse
accept that
to
reality.
accept this. I do not accept this.
Oh my god.
That's fine. You don't have to. You don't have to pay for it.
Yeah, exactly.
But if they start doubling up the commercials on us free people,
That's gonna be bullshit.
Us free people.
Us free people.
us free people, you free people,
You free people.
They're just gonna call it the cheapskate tax.
yeah.
You
I'm
freeloaders.
just.
Yeah, free
That's what I'm worried about. Is
Ruining
that
the system.
right now the
man.
list of content,
Damn the
the
man.
the list of content isn't that much.
It's not worth
for
it.
$10.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. It's not. I don't care enough. I don't see the benefit of signing up or being able to watch offline. I don't watch enough fucking YouTube to do any of that. I mean, you know what I do? If I want to watch it, I use that watch it later feature. All right, I take very great advantage of that feature now, where I'll see it,
Yeah.
and maybe I'm on my phone or something. I don't want to use my data, or I'm just not in a place where I
Yeah.
can watch it. But you can watch it later. All right, I don't need it downloaded, right?
Right. That's the way I feel about it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, okay, I don't need it right now. I just don't.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and what I watch on YouTube is usually not things that are like I'm like like paying attention that great. I'm not like in
Just
it.
background noise then.
Right, like sometimes I mean, okay, just to like say there might be like a new game or something coming out, and someone does one of those like here's half an hour of gameplay footage. I just leave that on. I'm not looking at it the whole time. I'm doing other shit, but when I look over and go, all right, that's cool, and then go back. It's not something I need to have immediately.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, that's one of those things where it's going to be, either you're going to use the service or you're not. And I'm just afraid.
Well,
that
I don't think anyone's
someone's
gonna. I don't think it's appealing because nobody knows what it's like to have the service because you got to pay to get the service. So no one's gonna dive.
Well, I think there will be some.
Oh, I'm
hardcore
sure,
fans.
but I don't think the
Cootie Pie will have
majority
some
is gonna be okay with it.
Beth
Oh
signed me
yeah,
up
of
for Cootie Pie,
course.
that's for
God
sure.
damn it.
Get her PewDiePie on.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I love that guy.
Let's move on to our last
So
Shoot me
Last-
now.
topic here.
I wonder if this $10 YouTube thing will let you stream porn. Then
Probably not.
well, that would be the dark corner of
the
YouTube.
deep beauty. No,
Where
it'd
you
be
porn,
the
but you gotta
deep
pay.
YouTube.
Yeah,
Deep
the
tube.
YouTube,
The deep tube.
black tube, black
Oh,
tube.
God.
Black tube.
All right, so let's do the last thing. Former ESPN and NFL Network head leads new Activision Blizzard esports division.
Okay.
So, what's the guy's name? It's Steve Bornstein, who is
Makes sense.
Okay. Former CEO of ESPN and the NFL Network, is now going to be running Blizzard Activision or Activision Blizzard, or I forget which way it is.
Activision Blizzard.
Is it Activision Blizzard's new esports division? So they're starting up a whole division.
Why not?
I mean, I'm not surprised.
With all the wave of news that we've had recently about esports.
Well, I'm just talking about the simple fact that they're getting someone that's been in sports to do
Right.
this.
Right.
Right.
It just
Well,
makes
that's a
sense.
smart idea. Yeah.
Right? You know. we need-
Smartish for Blizzard.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, to me, this just sounds like a company decision. It's just like, okay, well, if we're really going to take this esports thing seriously, let's create a division. Let's bring on somebody who's experienced in sports. Who do we know?
Yeah.
You know, and it's one of those things where it's like that
Well, I-
done.
I
You
think
know, it's
this
a
is
2-minute
the-
corporate meeting of like, let's bring on this guy.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, well, okay, yeah, but that's kind of like bringing on a general from World War One to run World War II. Like, this could fail miserably, or it could work. You know, it's one of those things where I'm sure he knows something, but at the same time, is he prepared to run a sports division that is going to be unlike a whole lot of things he's run in the past? You know, because one of those things where I think we've all discussed how esports is not like regular sports in a lot of important ways. So it's going to be representing a drastic change, but they are bringing on somebody who has experience with the old stuff. So it's one of those things where, you know, we'll see how it works. But that just seems like a 1 + 1 = 2 corporate decision, you know? I mean,
Well, yeah, I mean,
correct me if I'm wrong. That's what it looks
no,
like.
you're not wrong. I mean, it is one of those things where you're like, yeah, okay, he's run sports. That's good. That's good to have. You know, he'll bring his own
you know,
insight.
he's got the
But is that
resume,
the
you know?
person? But is that the person you want as the final say? Is he not somebody who you maybe want more as like an advisor, right? Like you might want him as like, well, this is what we do
All
in
right.
normal sports, and then they're like, okay,
This guy's not an advisor.
Well-
He's used to
well,
running
this
things.
is the thing here.
This guy's ego.
I mean, he well, since he took over the ESPN launch of the NFL, the thing,
the NFL
they've
thing.
won 59,
Yeah.
whatever it was, a number of new radio station new channels, new radio station and magazine. The channel's also won 59 Emmys and 57 Cable Ace Awards during that time. So he clearly knows
In
what
that
he's doing.
regard, yes, he does know. But esports, I mean, like Fallon just said, is a different beast. All right, what it is, I mean, it is sports, but it's not. It's its own little thing. I mean, the setup is different. What people watch for, I would say, is different. I mean, there are obviously some similarities because it's still a form of sports and spectator.
I think what they need is they need him because last year's League of Legends championship drew an audience of 27
Crazy.
million people.
It's great.
This guy has already worked with ESPN and has worked with NFL Network.
he at least has
Therefore,
connections. I will give him that.
This
Yeah.
exactly. He's got connections of hey ESPN, let's get
Yeah.
the Ocho running.
The Ocho.
You know what I mean? Let's get the Ocho
ESPN
running, man.
seems to be taking its sweet
You know,
time.
let's get dodgeball, bitch.
Yeah.
You know, I think once I'm willing to bet they get somebody like him in there, they get the information that he needs, and then he goes to ESPN and be like, "Look at all this money you missed out on last year because this was only not televised on television; it was only
Yeah.
on the internet. Look at all this money and revenue you missed out on. Help me
Right.
help you make money." And this guy is just literally going to old connections, and that's all
Yeah,
he's
just
going
gonna
to
go.
do.
Well, I got these people. They'll do
He's
this,
going-
and then put them on there. That's some money, and then
Exactly. He's gonna hire all these. He's gonna hire people to help him run it. He's got all the old connections from working at ESPN and the NFL Network, and he's just gonna go, "Oh, look at all this money that's gonna fall in your lap. Give me a fucking channel." And then watch him go, ESPN
And there
Ultra,
he
bitch.
is, and there from
And that's gonna be
Blizzard is of course the man who had a hand in putting this together. Quote, celebrating our players and their unique skill, dedication, and commitment is the essence of our esports initiatives. Bobby Kotick, Chief Executive Officer of Activision Blizzard,
Oh,
said in
God.
a prepared statement, "There are no better leaders for this new initiative than Steve and Mike. Steve has unparalleled experience in creating a sports network powerhouse, and his groundbreaking leadership at ESPN and the NFL NFL Network shaped how the whole world experiences sports. And Mike's entrepreneurial vision helped make esports a household word, and he is uniquely positioned to take the experience to the next level, and I'll be there on top of it all.
Oh my god. Laughing maniacally.
Who the fuck is Mike?
Yes, exactly.
Who's Mike?
So I think this is a natural progression that, I mean, as far as the company goes, of making an esports division.
They needed somebody on the inside.
Yeah,
They got
and
somebody.
I think it's smart for them to not have all the esports of each. I mean, essentially, this will connect all their products into one division as far as like in-house goes. So before it was like, you know, the Call of Duty's got its esports team, and WoW and all them. They all have their own. I'm sure Blizzard has its own esports team that covers most of this. But you see where I'm going with this. And now it's just going to be like all of these are run by this team, and they will all get like, you know, their own little special treatment. But on the same note, they'll be all treated in the same fashion that we've figured out worked. So I think it's a natural progression. We'll see how it turns out. We'll see what comes of it. Maybe I'll get that channel I want, where it's just like
The Blizzard channel?
or something.
The Ocho. If it's not seriously not,
It should
ESPN,
really be
Ocho, I'm not
ESPN the
watching it, I'm
Ocho.
not gonna lie.
Yeah,
It has
it's
to be
something
the
the
Ocho.
Ocho. That's all we need. It needs to be the Ocho.
Yeah, we really need that to happen. The fact that it's not out there.
I know
just
they
hurts me.
set it up so perfectly in the movie, and it's like, here you go, just
They
take
really
it.
did. Here you go, and ESPN's
Yeah.
just like, nah, we're good, and just like, why the fuck
We all would have
not?
laughed. We all would have loved it. And it totally could have been like the esports channel or anything. It just could have been the weird sports channel, like
Weird.
just offbeat sports. Yeah. So I think we got anything else to say on that?
We
No,
have
'cause
the end of the show kind of segment where we tell people what's been going on with the site and
Well,
everything.
yeah, we're gonna do
right?
that, but I wanted to make sure
Okay.
we're done with this topic.
All right.
Are we done with this?
Usually,
topic?
yeah, no, I'm done.
Are we?
Oh, all right.
done.
Pack it
I'm
in
fucking done.
then.
Pack
That
it
said,
up,
she's
yeah.
done.
I'm done.
Pack it in.
Esports. Ha.
God,
Yeah,
Beth.
no.
She's
I've
gotta
got to
hurry
go.
up and
Gotta go
go-
play some
she's
Heroes of
gotta
the
hurry
Storm.
up.
Obviously, I
Yeah.
gotta you know, get my practice. in.
Well, she's got her Heroes of the Storm, and then she's got to go watch her buddy.
Oh yes, you know it.
Right. So let's go on.
know.
Let's go on with the site. What's happening on the site? So what do we got on the site? We got a new article.
Words in
Nothing.
We got
HTML.
words. I put up an. Yeah, thanks, Beth. Thanks
You're
for
very
spoiling
welcome.
Thanks for spoiling our secret.
Now they know how
Yeah.
to get up
Damn
there.
it. It's
So we got-
you know, I thought everyone thought it was magic.
Well, I mean, that's what the
That's
tagline-
what we were telling
Yeah, right.
them.
That's what we were going
Whoops.
with.
My
Thanks
bad.
for spilling the secret. So we got Halo 5 marketing is done right. I got a new article on by me. That's like Fallon said. I'm kind of in this like Halo mode right now. I'm set. I'm psyched.
Yeah, I guess.
God, I'll say.
Yeah, I'm gonna disappear Tuesday. Goodbye, world.
Yeah.
Thank
It was
God.
kind of nice knowing you.
I got what?
Oh.
Yeah. No, I did. I put that music in there. Thank you.
You better not. We'll get sued.
It's in the article.
That's
Then
right.
we're gonna
That's
be able to have
right.
the light on.
So we
We'll have
got
to take the light down. You know.
Yeah.
we got the extra bit I did for talking about how free content helps sales and perception. So companies like
Yeah, you did.
thank you, Brad. So for companies that are like CD Projekt Red, which with Witcher 3 and Monster Hunter, they're on there. There's a few more I bring up.
Oh, Monster Hunter
Just a
Oh
few
my
more I bring
god.
up.
No, you're gonna
Fallon
start some shit.
has his audio article.
Yes.
For his Plants vs Zombies, a bad trip.
Yes, a bad trip.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just recycling old stuff right now, folks, because like I'm not able to do anything
Yeah.
new at this
He's
time.
busy
yeah.
wearing a
I-
scarf.
I'm,
Has-
buried
Scars.
under work. You know, I will be back soon, hopefully, but I'm buried under.
I'm positive.
Why? There's no games for you to talk about.
Yeah.
What?
There's no games for you
No,
to talk
no,
about. You
no.
haven't
And
bought
I'll
anything
tell you
new
what.
yet.
Here's the really depressing thing that I've already foreseen. Fallout's going to come out like soon here.
3 weeks or so.
And
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to talk about it because I'm not even going to be able to play it until I finish
Why
all the
not?
stuff
I'm
I've
gonna
got,
gush.
so,
all about
so-
it.
Oh, I'm gonna be streaming it to your
Yeah,
head
so,
directly.
yeah, right. Thanks, Brad. I knew you.
Well,
I
then me
knew
and
you'd
Brad
be
can
there
talk
for me.
about it then.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've got my Pit-Boy edition.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, you're ready to go.
Oh
So
yeah.
jealous.
Son of a bitch.
You better
You
be.
son of a bitch.
Son of a
I-
bitch.
Hey, you want to know
Dirty,
what?
dirty bastard.
To show you how dedicated I was almost late for work pre-ordering that.
Wow.
Because I'm walking into work and I was sending a text message just before I was about to punch in, and I was like, "Ooh, email from Amazon. Well, let's check this out. Pit-Boy back in stock.
Oh, shit!
God!
Hold on, priorities.
Doing everything in my power
click, click,
to
click.
get to the freaking screen. In fact, it wouldn't be so bad. I did it so quickly. Pause your game, won't get it in time.
Ah, womp womp.
Terrible. They brought
So,
it back for
Mitch
like,
up- throw
what
up
was
like
it?
that
They had
one.
more for like 3 hours.
Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 hours that they had.
Yeah, I was at work when they got more because I got another
you
email
got an
too.
email. It's just like,
Do you
done.
need more of these?
Yeah.
You're like,
I was
done,
like,
my
I'm
dude.
done. I've got mine.
That's
Mine is
funny.
coming.
So yeah, we got Fallon's articles
So-
on there for Plants vs Zombies: A Bad Trip. I'm pleased to say it's the only thing in the entirety of Pause Your Game that has the tag on it of fear and loathing in Las Vegas.
There it is.
It's the
There
only
it is.
it's the
You're
only
welcome,
piece of
world.
content that has
Yeah.
that tag on there. So we had that. I wrote an art. We got an extra bit, and then of course the final thing is we have a giveaway now. Currently, as of this recording, yes, thank you, Beth.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're very,
That was
very
that was
welcome.
great. We'll make that a soundbite. So we have a vote going on currently, and the way the vote is going is
It's lopsided as fuck.
Chill.
yeah.
Very.
I was gonna do it. Thank you. So what we have is we're voting on if it's going to be either Alien Isolation or Resident Evil HD that we're giving away. Now, I can't say what it'll end with, but it's pretty safe to say at this point that it's pretty much Resident Evil HD. But
It's fucking lopsided.
yeah, whatever's gonna. I mean, it's like an 8 to 1 ratio or something like that. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna give away 3 copies, and if we get enough traction on the vote, it'll be bumped up to 4. But we'll find out when that's over. And we're gonna give away 1 copy for PC, 1 copy for PS4, and 1 copy for Xbox One, respectively. And that'll be
Why Xbox One? Nobody owns it.
Yeah,
That's why they
obviously
stopped
no. Mine
talking about it.
disappeared. I don't know what happened to it.
I'm not. You know
You
what?
got up and
I
walked
would
away.
not be surprised if yours disappeared and you didn't know what
it's
happened
just
to
my
it.
no. It's just my. You know what? Ever since my 3DS died, I know where it is at all times.
Isn't that
Which
lovely?
is really, really just
when it
sad.
doesn't work, you're
I
aware
just
of
sit
it.
there.
You bought a
it
backpack
sits
and
there,
she takes
and
it
it
everywhere
freaking
she
makes me
goes.
cry.
Time to get a
It's
new
like,
one, Beth.
oh. Yeah, well, if I had 100 some odd fucking dollars, yeah, that'd be great.
We'll
I'd
start
totally
the
get another
bet.
one.
Well, Friday through
Yeah.
Sunday, you can always
Work on
work
the
on the
corner,
street
yeah.
corners.
Yeah. You only need a couple of clients and you'll get your brand new 3DS.
Get my
There you go.
exclusive clients.
Yeah. So we'll be giving away whatever the winner is, which probably is Resident Evil at this point. So yeah, go check the website. We'll have the giveaway up when this episode is up. So if you're listening to this episode, the giveaway is up. And yeah, so look forward to that. That'll be our Halloween giveaway. That'll end on Halloween. Got to give away the horror games on Halloween. It's just what you got to do.
That's Saturday.
That's
Yeah,
a
Saturday.
Saturday.
You don't know.
It's a Saturday. So when you're either A, with your kids getting candy, or B, drunk with your friends in a costume that you regret
Most
bringing.
people, I mean, I don't think there's
Oh,
any neighborhood
yes.
that ever actually does trick or treating on Halloween anymore.
Isn't that
just
getting a
know.
bit don't you think that's a
Yeah,
bit
yeah.
ridiculous
That's sad.
now?
Well, that's
Isn't
okay
it?
because drunk.
It's
That's what matters.
Anyway, so yeah, go head over, go give a listen, go and sign up for the giveaway. Maybe you'll win, and maybe that'll be a
Yeah.
nice Halloween surprise while you're either
I'm gonna
drunk
actually sign
drunk
up.
on booze or like in a coma because of the sugar overload. It'll be a nice little surprise.
Diabetic coma.
Yeah, diabetic coma, and it'll be a nice little surprise to end your day. So head on over and give a listen. And I think that's it. So we will see you
boy.
all next time.
Bye.
Later.